is it? Is it like the shame that hits you? The shame. That part. I need to keep running. That's awesome. Hey,
I'm holding on to every second chance I get. Let's not forget now the lie I said to there I down right beside you. I'll see you now living your dreams. I'm promising you. Keep begging, please come here now. Just wait, and you will see. No reason.
You can hear me now. Sorry. I was saying, is it the shame that comes on at the end? Oh, the shame. Shame. Right while you're running. I hope you guys can hear me now. Is that the part that hits you? I was saying I got a new song actually coming out, hopefully within this week or so. Finally. Just been I had to work out like the storyboarding and stuff for it, so it's been pretty crazy. Let me pull this link here. Don't start walking now, or you'll feel the shame. Yeah, that's perfect. Actually, that song fits pretty well. No, so this morning has been pretty rough. Yeah, taxes suck. I don't know how much it sucks for you, Teresa, but it took me like 3 weeks to get my taxes done. That's how bad it was this week. And trying to figure out why I owed so much. So that wasn't fun. That's never fun. Taxes are never fun. How y'all doing? And by the way, since you probably didn't hear me earlier, I was gonna say, if you missed a stream, it'll be up there under recorded. You can check out past live streams on there. Don't remind me about taxes. Taxes suck. How many of you have done your taxes? Here's your daily tax reminder. It took me 15 minutes, so not bad. I also have never owed anything. Yeah, I've never owed anything. This year apparently I did. Somehow we figured out where I get $100 back. Yay, $100. I can get myself a burger now. A nice quarter, like at least a quarter pound of meat, you know? At least that's what I can get with $100. Oh man, first time actually catching a live. That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you being here. It's always a good time. Yeah. By the way, shout out to Janine. She sent me this shirt, the Big Push shirt here. Look, it's pretty cool. I'm all ready for the Big Push show. When is it happening again? When are we doing this thing? It's in May, right? Yeah, I'm going to be in UK in May, so perfect timing to get a shirt. Do they have any other colors of shirt though? I wonder when I get there. Nowadays you can get a dozen eggs, head of lettuce for $100. I know, right? It was it's so funny you said that. I literally got like 4 pounds of meat and a dozen eggs and some salad, and it was like $80. I was like, what the fuck? What in the actual fuck? But you can get a whole fucking meal for $5 still at McDonald's somehow. Fucking assholes. I don't know how that's possible. It's probably made in a lab with chemicals somewhere. It seems to trick me and make me feel I'm filled up. How are y'all doing? We're going to do chapter 2. I already did chapter 1. I just released a clip to it also if you missed it. The live stream's up there too. Did the Skinner Brothers last week. And so that's all at McDonald's around here is almost the same price as normal restaurants here. Wow. Come to the US, you can get a whole breakfast for $5. Is it good for you? Probably not. Probably not even real meat at this point. I don't know what the hell we're getting over here. Chapter 2, REN. So we're checking out chapter 2. We did chapter 1 last week. I don't know how brutal this one's going to be compared to last week. Last week was pretty brutal. I posted about it. I still feel bad abruptly ending the stream and not saying anything. I think I'll pass. They still have real eggs. They still crack an egg, you know? In some places they don't actually do that. They don't have actually whole eggs. There's the only thing in the McDonald's menu that has something that's actually, I think, of substance. they have real eggs, at least. Unless you get like a McGriddle or anything like that with like the folded egg, that's all fake shit. That's liquid. That's liquid chemical concoction of eggs. But if you get an Egg McMuffin, it's the last thing with a real piece of food on it. It's okay. We're all gonna be eating like little cubes in the future, anyways. Chemicals. Yeah, hit the like button. Hit the like button like you want your coffee to hit you. Yes. Oh man, we're gonna break keyboards, Teresa. We will break everyone's keyboard. Where's everyone watching from today? How many of you have seen the chapters yet? I like the pancakes, but I shouldn't eat them. Yeah, I try to stay away from pancakes. I haven't had pancakes in a while. In a long time. UK. We got the UK here. We got Austria. I know that. Outer space and seen them multiple times. I love the outer space. So we're going to check out REN chapter 2. And we're going to check out an old reaction of mine and see where I am since then, because it's pretty crazy how far back it was. We got Norway, Utah can be a very beautiful state. I've driven through there on tour many times. I made oat and banana and Greek yogurt pancakes for the kids today. Greek yogurt pancakes. Banana and Greek yogurt pancakes. Interesting. I never thought of using Greek yogurt in pancakes. Where is this being? Is this in Canada that he filmed this? Or where is this? Or is this in the UK? Is this the UK? I don't know. I'm bad at telling what city is what. I'll let y'all tell me. In Canada, yes. Oh, wow. I guessed it. That's a really nice view from there. That's pretty cool, actually. I love spaces with a bunch of windows. I don't know. I love that feeling of just like open windows. You are not late because we didn't start anything. So I got the sample I wanted, actually. Because some of you were like, we were mentioning like, hey, this is like the church or whatever for us on Sundays. And then I got the perfect sample before we started streams for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to church now.
All right. Anyways, let's check this out. REN. We got REN chapter 2.
A year of living in a nightmarish purgatory does strange things to your psyche. I was still trying to push through university, but I found myself missing many lectures to stay in bed. I started noticing more unusual symptoms creeping in, a strange buzzing sensation in the soles of my feet. My vision started looking like fuzzy television static, something that I later learned was called visual snow, something with no known origin. My calf muscles started constantly twitching and spasming. At any moment they wouldn't go longer than 20 seconds without twitching, and that can drive you a bit nuts. All these symptoms I still live with to this day. You just become very used to tolerating constant discomfort. It becomes kind of the norm and kind of becomes like an...
Muscle spasms are the worst. They are the absolute worst. Have you guys ever had muscle spasm so bad that it wakes you up? Normally, when you do certain drugs, as I have done in the past, I used to wake up the next day with a massive, like, Charlie horse, like, in my calf, and it would be so bad that it would bruise afterwards. Fucking horrible. It is absolutely horrible. So I can't imagine that on a daily basis. I wonder how often it bruised him. Because normally, I'm not sure what the disease causes. I don't know if it makes you... I know it's from dehydration. I don't know if it makes you dehydrate a little bit faster or something. Or if, like, the disease just makes your nervous system twitch so much and just acts erratically. Probably that, the latter.
Annoying, unsettling radio static in the background of existence. I stopped taking my antidepressants after having cycled many different kinds. None of them helped. All of them gave me some new kind of symptom or side effect, like insomnia, dry mouth, heart palpitations, no libido, etc. I spent a lot of my time alone, but in the moments of respite I'd hang out with friends. We formed a band called Trick the Fox the year before I'd gotten sick. It was the one ray of sunshine I had at the time. I quickly became friends with a bass player called Charlie, and we developed some kind of musical telepathy where we both knew what the other was going to play before it even happened.
That is the most amazing thing ever, is being able to play with someone that you're just on the same wavelength at all times. And I need to check out more Trick the Fox. I think I've checked out one song. It'd be cool to go down the rabbit hole and just see what I haven't heard yet from that. But having that connection with a musician is amazing. I've only had it with a few of them, and it's awesome. And it's very, very sad when it ends. That's probably the saddest part, is when the whole thing ends. It is the worst feeling ever.
He was the first musician I've ever felt this kind of chemistry with. I became a kind of third wheel in his Momoko's relationship. With time, Momoko became like a sister to me. To this day, it's one of my favourite people on this spinning rock. Performing with Trick the Fox was one of the rare times that I felt free. There was something about the duty of having to entertain others that let me escape the physical limitations of my own sick body, even if just for a moment. I usually pay for it the next day with what can only be described as an energy hangover, where I'd be stuck in bed all day, but for me that was worth it. Those days I was still fairly functional. It was around this time I started losing faith in the medical industry. The more appointments I'd go to, adamant that something was wrong, the more of a hypochondriac they treat me as. Medical gaslighting is a real thing with chronic illness. They chalk me down as someone who was always requesting blood tests, and my mental health diagnosis probably didn't help that. Strangely, they never tested me for any kind of pathogens. I decided to embark on a precarious journey into the Russian roulette chamber of Dr. Google. I would type in the most predominant symptom of the day, and Dr. Google would tell me that I have a rare disease and I'm probably going to die. With time, I sharpened my search engine axe and refined what I was looking for. I dived...
See, and that's what's crazy, is all the doctors are making him feel like a hypochondriac, and they're not solving his problem, which is also leading him down the rabbit hole of Google, which turns him into a hypochondriac on top of the illness he already has. And that's where you just end up thinking you have everything under the sun. The thing that they were he felt like they were accusing him of, or being like, oh, it's all in your head and stuff, ends up being a reality for him on top of all the shit he's already dealing with. That is a horrible cycle to be in. And I was noticing right now that is he rushed talking through this compared to the first chapter where he was kind of more like pacing it out. I wonder if that's just him trying to get through the reading so it doesn't hurt as much. I don't know if you guys feel the same. I just noticed that he's really going through this pretty quickly. I'm going to rewind this just to hear certain parts ago. There's other things that he was mentioning that was interesting that I wanted to speak on. So back it up a little bit.
Did me for any kind of pathogens. I decided to embark on a precarious journey into the Russian roulette chamber of Dr. Google. I would type in the most predominant energy hangover, where I'd be stuck in bed all day.
Oh, that was the part, was the energy hangover. Just I totally relate with him about for me, it's the only time that I'm fully happy and excited to do anything was playing live for other people. But I can't imagine just being laid out in bed right afterwards. I wonder how long it was for. That is horrible.
But for me, that was worth it. Those days I was still fairly functional. It was around this time I started losing faith in the medical industry. The more appointments I'd go to, adamant that something was wrong, the more of a hypochondriac they treat me as. Medical gaslighting is a real thing with chronic illness. They chalk me down as someone who was always requesting blood tests, and my mental health diagnosis probably didn't help that. Strangely, they never tested me for any kind of pathogens. I decided to embark on a precarious journey into the Russian roulette chamber of Dr. Google. I would type in the most predominant symptom of the day, and Dr. Google would tell me that I have a rare disease and I'm probably going to die. With time, I sharpened my search engine axe and refined what I was looking for. I dived headfirst into the abyss of online support groups, hoping to find solace or answers amongst fellow sufferers. We were like crabs in a barrel. Very rarely someone would find their silver bullet and announce what it was that cured them. Hundreds of people would follow their protocol, some with mild success, but most of us will still remain trapped. I joined as many online support groups as I could. It was a bit like the beginning of Fight Club, except instead of faking conditions to feel accepted, I was desperately hoping I had those conditions so I could cure myself and get the fuck out. I convinced myself I had conditions like Candida.
Like what we were just talking about, right? He was now becoming what the doctors were telling him, and in a different type of way where he's hoping that curing those will cure something else. Teresa, I remember you talking with me about some of this stuff, about the whole thing with your doctor, about my former doctor. So Teresa was mentioning I was labeled as a hypochondriac. I didn't know you were labeled as a hypochondriac. That's crazy. By my former doctor for wanting to know why I was constantly bleeding for almost a year. I remember when you were having the issue. I don't know if this is a separate issue or not. Feel free to speak on it if you want. I don't want to speak your personal business, but I just remember hearing you were struggling with a lot of different types of things, and I'm glad that some of it was solved. I hope it was solved. But that's horrible.
Magnesium deficiency, parasites, adrenal fatigue, heavy metal poisoning, etc. At the time, I felt like I was single-handedly keeping Jeff Bezos in business. While most students were spending their student loan on drinks, I'd spend mine on the supplement or protocol of the week. I'd follow whatever herbal or supplement protocol was suggested, sometimes noticing mild improvement and sometimes getting a lot worse, most of the time feeling nothing. A story would pop up on one of these groups like, after I did a 30-day parasite cleanse of wormwood, cloves and garlic, all my symptoms disappeared. I'd read a story like this, get full of hope, and put myself through a grueling 30 days, which was often result in a worsening of symptoms. My body felt even sicker and weaker, but I'd stick it out because I was told that this was a good sign. The parasites are dying. I peered into the toilet bowl and valiantly waved goodbye as I flushed their imaginary corpses into a watery abyss. At the end of the 30 days, I'd be left with a lighter wallet and all my symptoms still remaining. And if that didn't work, I'd move on to what was next. Maybe I have seasonal affective disorder. All right, so I'd get on the internet.
I'm so happy you were able to change doctors, Teresa. That is awesome. That is absolutely insane. That it is a thing where you could possibly go to a doctor that doesn't know what they're doing. I mean, they're practicing medicine, right? And I think the way that we're all raised or brought up is that you trust the doctor knows what they're talking about. But as we've gotten older, not only with doctors, but teachers also, they don't seem like the God figure that they are when you're a little kid, where they know everything. You kind of just think that they know everything and then you realize how dumb some of them are. Realizing how dumb some of the teachers or doctors are, as I got older, really blew my mind. Like, oh my God, it definitely made me more scared as I got older of certain things, of just not, wanting to avoid surgeries and avoid things in general, or really pushed me to want to learn more things. I'm really happy that you guys were able to recognize that you had to change doctors, and hopefully have as it has happened to some of you in this chat right now, has saved you guys from cancer or has helped you heal. Luckily, you had the sense to change the doctor, because a lot of people don't change the doctor, or in Ren's case, it went on multiple years. It sounds like he had multiple doctors though that didn't weren't able to help him or figure it out. And to be fair, his thing is pretty rare too. Who would have known that Lyme disease, I think, is one of the hardest things to detect if you're not thinking about it, if it's not at top of mind, because it's not a very common thing for people to have. So it depends on how much experience these doctors are that you have. And some could have 20 years experience and never had one case of anything relating to Lyme disease, right?
Order a light, stare at it for 10 minutes a day, and to my big fucking surprise, still have all my symptoms. The only thing that light illuminated for me was that I was desperate enough to buy a glorified table lamp.
Liliana saying in the chat, took 6 doctors. So you guys all went to doctors. I refuse to go to doctors. I tried self-medicating. That doesn't work either sometimes.
I kid you not when I say that over the years I probably have taken nearly every dietary health supplement known to man. One of the most grueling self-treatment courses came when I did a round-the-clock heavy metal chelation. I would take a supplement called ALA and DMSA, which supposedly shuttled mercury molecules out of your body through a process called chelation. I would have to take the pill once every 3 hours around the clock, which meant setting multiple alarm clocks to wake up and take them. The supplements came with their own side effects. I remember one time standing in a supermarket and feeling like the sounds and lights were so bright that I couldn't even bear to be in there. I stopped with this protocol for a whole year with no luck. I was still coming to terms with the death of one of my best friends during this time too. I was too sick to hold down any kind of stable job, so I was mostly living off my student loan. Welsh students study in England also weirdly get given a small sum of money just for being Welsh, or almost like a "we're really sorry that you're Welsh" sort of condolence prize. I've always prided myself on my financial independence, so whenever I could, I'd get out on the streets of Bath and I'd busk. I remember the very first time I did. I had my guitar in hand, I perched myself on a bench, took a deep breath, and then bared my soul to the jury of the street, and it was exhilarating. People sometimes ask me what music means to me, and it means life. This was usually the one time I felt like I didn't want to die. This was the one time I could feel a resemblance of something that resembled spirit, that resembled my soul, that resembled me. I even found myself cracking jokes with onlookers, which for someone dripping with social anxiety at the time was huge for me.
That's it. Totally relate with him on the music stuff. Even like in this past 3 weeks, like so much stuff has went down, and if I don't play for a certain period of time, I get extremely depressed, like insane amounts. Luckily, I was able to snap back into reality yesterday and write some music, but that's a real thing for some people. Like when you get into a project or an art, you need to do it because that is your therapy, is to actually do that art. And if you, like he's saying, it's just like it's one moment of just like clarity, freedom.
It was March, roughly 3 months after Joe had died, and I was sitting on a bench in Bath with my guitar singing into a busy street. And this is when I would meet the first angel of this story. I'd see 2 more angels years later, one in the guise of a homeless man, one a doctor cheating death in the Beverly Hills clinic, but that bit will come a little bit later. The angel was walking on the opposite side of the street with a mother. They both stopped to watch me for a moment. I saw her mum whisper something to her. The angel turned bright red and she giggled, and they shyly approached. We got talking and the angel asked where I was from. I told her that I grew up in Wales in a small village that was once described in a local newspaper as being worse than an Iraqi war scene. I told them they would have never heard of it. They looked surprised and they said they had family there. I asked which part, and it turned out to be the village that I grew up in. Since you can basically count a population of 2 intergenerationally bred mutated hands, I asked who they were, and it turned out that angel happened to be Joe's cousin. This encounter was always a foundational moment of serendipity in my life. In the years that followed, I took serendipitous occasions to mean I was in line with my purpose. Sometimes I felt like I'm following a script. It's just that I don't know the words or actions until they actually happen. But in moments of serendipity, I feel like they are playing out exactly as they were meant to. It was quite a bizarre moment for me that hundreds of miles away by chance this angel would be related to my lost friend. Upon learning who I was, they invited me back to theirs for a cup of tea, and I accepted and I fell in love. It was really good tea. That week, the angel took me to a favourite botanical garden and she pointed out a favourite flower. So that night, true story, I dressed in black, broke in by climbing over the fence, dug up the flower and presented it to her the next day. She called me insane, but it's safe to say that angel ended up being my first serious girlfriend. It was a weird kind of relationship. We both shared an unusual trauma for people who were so young, brought together by a tragedy. Even though sometimes I feel like she might have hated me at the time, I was convinced like it was some sort of Shakespearean fate that had brought us together. A morbidity that birthed light, that it couldn't be anything else. It felt like divine intervention. She was pretty troubled in her own way, and I was very troubled in mine. But in between the sludge of dealing with the constant symptoms, it was beautiful. That summer, her parents took us to Centre Parks, which is a posher version of Butlins, if you don't know, where they paid for all the activities and meals, and they let me do whatever I wanted. Coming from a poorer family, I wasn't really used to being spoiled to that degree, but I figured I'd just roll with it. One morning while I was there, I got a call from my friend Sega, and he sounded pretty mixed up, so I asked him what was wrong. He told me that there was no easy way to say it, but one of my other best friends, Callum, had died. He'd gone cliff jumping in the same cliffs we used to jump off as kids. The sea was particularly choppy that day, and he caught a cross current and he started to drown. Another guy that he was with had jumped in an attempt to save him, and they both drowned. The first day I met Callum, I was 11. He was in the year above me in high school and used to walk around with these massive baggy bright orange jeans. He hung around with all the goth kids and I thought they looked super cool. So the next day I painted my nails black and fashioned a necklace out of a severed extension cable from an old VCR machine. I infiltrated the group and I gained their trust. Not long after, me and Callum were friends, wandering around beautiful Welsh countryside looking for the most scenic places to smoke weed. We stayed friends throughout high school and I truly loved him. When Callum died, I couldn't properly grieve. I felt weirdly numb after losing Joe. I'd often feel guilty for my inability to cry at the time. A couple of years later, I'd learned another friend of mine that I used to play function gigs with had thrown himself off a cliff facing Dover. And again, I felt numb. I couldn't tell if this new acceptance of the inevitability of death was a beautifully liberating thing, or if it was a sign that my humanity was slipping away.
Just thinking that went through that much death that young is wild. I mean, that's just crazy. Because I know for me, like being 37 and then all of a sudden been faced with 3 deaths in the past like 2 weeks has been insane. So I can't imagine being 17, 18, and then going through all that at such a young age that early, which is wild.
To this day, death has kind of remained a bit of a matter-of-fact part of my life. During my years of sickness, I had to crawl through a morbid longing to be killed by my illness to find a more peaceful acceptance that death is just an inevitable consequence of life and it doesn't spare anyone. That never left, and I haven't ever really been scared of dying since. Some days I've tempted it. What I'm more scared of is having to live my whole life as a sick person. In my relationship with death, the most healing moment occurred just 2 years ago. My grandmother, who I loved to pieces, was dying, but I actually got the chance to say goodbye this time, to hold her hand, to thank her for being alive. I remember not long before she passed, she was lying in a hospital bed, and she was very weak and very pale, barely able to open her eyes. I asked how she was, and it seemed like a stupid question as soon as it left my mouth. She paused for a long moment, and she turned her head to look at me, and she opened her eyes, and she smiled, and she said she felt happy. And it was just one word, happy, which was simple and it was beautifully profound. And that was one time I'd gotten a chance to say goodbye. And it was the first time that I hoped that one day I would die happy. The following year, I would achieve something beyond my wildest dreams, and then I would lose it almost as soon as it came. Stay tuned for that.
I don't want to hear no words today.
Oh, that's so cool. We're gonna get one of those songs. I'm assuming it's like, well, obviously this is gonna be recording from back in the day. Damn. I have a friend, which I think I've mentioned in previous videos, and we will watch that video. I think I talk about it in that one we're gonna go reminisce and watch that I posted up originally. He's still stuck. Like, he hasn't found other doctors. And I've begged him to stop, but it's like one of those things where you accept somebody's just like, they're dead, but they're still alive kind of thing. I don't know how to explain that properly, but it's brutal. Because he doesn't, I don't know if the drugs have messed him up so much to where he just doesn't want to go. And this is from doctors. This is prescribed drugs and also whatever else he does on the side after that. He does other things. I'm going to be visiting him in like a couple of weeks along with another person that's struggling. So yeah, it's so weird. I guess I'm fortunate enough that this is happening later in life rather than earlier in life. Like I said, I feel like I'm more equipped to handle this a little bit better now than where REN is experiencing this at a very young age. It's called I can't even say the word, anticipatory grief, and it sucks that there's nothing you can do. Yeah. You know, the one friend that, you know, he literally bought me a plane ticket to go down. He's like, you need to get here ASAP. He just had something really tragic happen literally this morning, and I'm just like, oh, fuck. It's just wild. I was thinking before I even started to stream, man, is this what happens? Like, I guess this is what happens like as you get older, right? Just more and more tragic things just start happening. But then when I think about it, a lot of these people are just like passing away very young, like 50, 60. It's not like they're in their 80s or like where he's talking about with his grandmother, you know, living the full life and passing away in her bed. Yeah. So, you know, my friend is he's 37. He's drank so much where he has like he has a skin disease that's on his face and everywhere. And he finally had a waking reality, and it hasn't been good. He's not doing it in the healthiest way where like you have this realization like I have to get better. It's more like, nah, fuck this, I'm done with life. Which I've been there. Luckily was able to snap out and go the opposite direction. But it's one of those things where like if you know the people well enough, you're like, I don't know if this person's gonna want to get better or get out of it. So yeah. It's just wild. The whole thing's wild. Let's check this out.
Cause that pull me under. In the castle of my room, I'll hide away from the outside thunder. Gonna lock my troubles outside of this door. Cause today, it's just me in these four walls.
Life is like a toddler's
I said I
trousers.
wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to
Short and full of shit.
another place. Say, oh. Said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. The light that I hold, it turns to gray, and that makes me wonder, will I always feel this way? So far under, but I put my soul on show for everyone to see. Cause even though it's bruised, I know it holds such beauty. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. Say, oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. Nobody here but me today, but that makes me stronger. Cause I wash away the pain under sheets of feather. Gonna lock my troubles outside of this door. Cause today it's just me and these four walls. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. Say, oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. Say, oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. Say, oh.
I think I did hear this song. This is a really good one. I've heard this before. They have the music video up, right? Somewhere. We checked this out on a live stream.
I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to
So he still keeps in contact with all these members or whatnot. This is really good.
another place. I crave relief in solitude. I search for peace, but pain pursues. Please, something just free me, give me some truth. My head is a prison, I need to move. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. Say, oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. Say, oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. I said I wanna run, I said I wanna run, I said I wanna run. Hey, oh. I said I wanna run, I said I wanna run, I said I wanna run. Hey, oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. Hey, oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place.
I think they faded away when he wasn't available to them anymore. Wasn't
My
valuable.
therapist was scowling at my weekly anxiety and depression.
Wasn't valuable to him anymore or available. Bet they regret that now. I hope that wasn't the reason. That would really suck. That would really suck. Oh man, the song almost got me taken down. This song almost got the stream taken down. Remember to follow on Twitch, guys. Let me put the Twitch in here because that could happen. And I keep forgetting to dual stream on Twitch too. I should probably do that. Do the other ones have songs in them? When he was unwell, that really sucks. There's some people that just don't care. Like if you're not doing well, you know, I've had friends where it was always there for them. Try to be there as soon as possible, and then when something immediately happens to you, not expecting anything in return, of course, but then they're like nowhere to be found. All of them have a song at the end. That's awesome. So follow me on Twitch just in case that happens again. I was gonna go rewatch one of those old videos, but I don't think I'm ready to go rewatch one of those old videos. If you guys don't mind, I'll postpone that till next Sunday in the morning. We can check those out. When you tell people you are sick, you know who real friends are. Some disappear. Yeah. Yeah. I think Janini said it was in here. Here, I'll post a link to it so you guys, in case you guys didn't see it or missed it, maybe you guys want to watch it before I watch it back. I know it's going to be a hard one, because when I discovered REN, it was during a time where, like I mentioned that story where I had attempted to take my life. So it was right around that time. It was literally when I started watching REN. It was probably was it like 3 months afterwards. For those that remember, let me know in the chat. I think it was like literally not that much afterwards. It was this one right here. But I appreciate you all being here. I'll see you at the same time next Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And yeah, we'll start off with that video. We'll watch it back and see what's changed since then. I definitely don't live in that trailer anymore, that's for sure. I know that part. All right, I'll see you all next Sunday, okay? You guys stay safe out there. Hug the ones you love. Be kind to each other. Appreciate you all. See